my experience, I'm reading like right off my phone, I apologize. In my experience, God almost never presents himself to me in these grandiose moments with gleaming lights and angels and harps from heaven, all that stuff. When I remember like distinctly when Truth was, I think he's not here, right? When he was talking about going to that church and God speaking directly to him, I'm like, wow, what must that be like? Because I don't get that. I don't have a voice in my head that like that's God's voice, except for like maybe Morgan Freeman. Yeah. We'll get to that later. But I hear God's voice and I experience God through people, mostly. People and small moments, actually. And I think that's kind of the way to do it. I think that's more realistic. Keep in mind throughout the time that I'm talking, I interchange the word love and the word God because I think that way it's easier to not define it.
And I think love.
And I think that's what he, she, it is really. Okay, so I experience it most often through people and through small moments. It's never happened with this huge gleaming light voice in my head sort of thing, which is awesome. Like if I ever experience that one day, you guys will know. So where do I find it is the wrong question. It's who do I find it in and what lessons do I learn from these people? I learn through lessons. So I experience God through all of you, first of all, and I experience it here. I learned here that accepting people for exactly who and what they are is perhaps the greatest gift you can give another person. And that's the kind of person that I want to go out into the world and be, and that's the person I'm currently working on being. I'm taught through my closest friends that people can be an escape and a place of solace, that in life you can't go it alone, and if you really look for them, you'll find people that are willing to share in your life's journey, and I think a lot of them are here. I experienced God's love through my mother, who's not here, I wish she was, who taught and teaches me every day, among many things, that a life alone is not a life without. I think society places this notion in us that being single, even the word itself, single, is negative, that alone equals lonely, and that single equals without. She teaches me otherwise. She shows me that the importance of true strength and perseverance of spirit, self-sacrifice, and inner reflection, but most importantly, unconditional love, which can be really hard to come by in these days. I even experienced him through my father, and there's something I want to say about this. I'm copying myself for people who've been at Log for a long time. I've used this quote before. This is my dude, Morgan Freeman. If you've ever seen Evan Almighty, there's a quote that he says there, and I just love it, so I use it every couple of logs. I recycle it. He says to Evan, "Let me ask you something. If someone prays for patience, do you think God gives them patience, or does he give them the opportunity to be patient? If he prayed for courage, does God give him courage, or does he give him opportunities to be courageous? If someone prayed for the family to be closer, do you think God zaps them with warm, fuzzy feelings, or does he give them opportunities to love each other?" Right? So I think God presents himself through opportunities, and in my father's case, his mistakes gave me the opportunity to practice forgiveness and to force my perspective, to remind me that people can make